Alright guys, so I'm done with the front squats, but I wanted to show you really quick because I can see exactly what I'm doing here, where I put the bar when I unrack it. So a lot of people say it hurts when you front squat, and that's going to be a given the first couple times you do it, but you got to have a slightly developed chest, and then you're going to have no problem at all. So you're going to see where I put the bar. It's not on my delts, it's not on my collarbone, or my clavicle obviously. It's going to be right here on my upper chest, so I'll show you guys exactly how I do it. Right here, just right under my clavicle. So here's my clavicle bone. I'm gonna slide under it, and then you can see my chest pretty much supporting the bar. Right there. So, chest up, cross your arms however you do it, but when you unrack it, you're gonna want it resting definitely on your pecs and your delts, but not just on your delts with internal rotation, because then you're gonna get some serious pain. So keep that chest up, and if you don't have one, build it. Alright guys, what's going on? It has been 1 week since we've trained legs, maybe 6 days, I'm not sure, but probably about a week since we trained legs. I got my beginning of the week done finally. Sunday through Wednesday was crazy for me, absolutely crazy. If you guys saw my videos, or how sporadic they were, or maybe just the timing of the workouts, I don't really know what I put in there. It's been a little while now, but it's time to train like I said. So the usual suspects, a little bit of pre, GHRP2 to go. Bag is packed, got my belt, which I'll definitely be wearing today. So let's just keep plugging away at this commitment and see how this leg workout goes. I'm gonna squat lighter today, just to give myself a little bit of a break, because the past 3 days I didn't get to stretch enough. I was sitting like crazy, so it really sucks. It's a little counterproductive, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna get in there, I'm gonna warm up with some mobility stuff, not much stretching, just active warm up. And then we're gonna squat deep and just try to take 155, maybe 165, something like that for some high rep sets, multiple sets. It sounds tough. It would be easier to just do a set of 205 and move on, but I wanna keep that weight controlled, that I wanna go deep and work on that form. So let's take this down and go. We got 155 on the bar, and sets of 10 is gonna be like breath or like cardio, because I'm just running out of breath. So maybe I'll do sets of 6 to 8, but the idea here is to go past my comfort zone of depth, meaning after parallel, I feel like a stretched out rubber band, like I can't go any deeper. So watch me get deep here, and that's the goal. Back straight, but deep squat. Let's do it. Alright guys, what's going on? Let's talk about this workout. I'm gonna pop back in a second, but just went for front squats this day and really worked on form. So if you check these reps sped up here, you can see the control on the way down, the depth, and me really stretching out those glutes while trying to keep the back straight the whole time. Alright guys, so I just watched that tape back and I love how it looks. So maybe high rep for the front squat isn't the best, because when you have to catch your breath and hold it on the way down, you just run out of breath. It's fucking hard. So maybe we'll keep the reps a little lower, but the set's high. So let's do sets of 6. I'm gonna add 5 more pounds and do 165. But it's hard. I love it.
3 sets of lunge press and 3 sets of leg curls.
Alright, so as I was saying there, this was a very challenging workout for me, because the form you see here, even sped up here in like 4 times speed, is my best effort at keeping my back straight and doing like a high bar Olympic style squat, which is something that's really challenging for me to do. I grew up really just doing like a hybrid back squat where I would lean over a lot, and I never had any pain or any problems with squatting like that. But I'm trying to clean that up and really make this not necessarily more quad dominant, but I don't really want to be lifting the barbell with my back. I'm trying to stay upright, which is something that people have always told me I should do, and I never really listened because I didn't need to, but now it's something that I'm trying to focus on, and I feel a big difference in how my body's just working through that range. Alright guys, so that must have been 5+ sets. I'm gonna call it there, because to get that deep, I'm just exhausted from it, but it feels really good. I just feel like I'm losing control at the bottom. So even though it looks probably like I'm doing it very easily, I'm not feeling quite right. So that was good work. Let's kill the hack. Alright, so I hope you guys appreciate that tip on how to position the barbell in the front squat. I get a lot of questions about it. People always tell me that it hurts where they're putting it. It hurts their shoulders and whatnot. And yeah, guys, it's going to hurt the first few times, but you need to figure out where to put it. Do not put it too high, like I said in the video, and you'll be able to figure it out. So after the 5-6 sets of front squats, which again, it was really lightweight, but I challenge you guys to take what you normally work with and maybe drop by 20-30% and do reps like that maybe once a week or something, just to practice your technique and increase your range of motion. Because when you're doing reps a little bit faster, you probably aren't going to spend time in the hole stretching out and trying to elongate your range of motion and just add depth. Maybe you can, but I definitely can't when I do quick reps. So after that, I just decided to put in some volume on the hack squat, which you're seeing here, and it was definitely very challenging. I did about 3 working sets. 1 or 2 of them had a plate and a quarter, which is the heaviest I've gone. So far so good on the hack, but what I felt sore from and what I really felt a lot from was that front squat. And the only problem I have with my front squats a little bit is that I was getting a little bit of forward bar travel. If you're looking from a side angle, definitely getting a little bit of forward bar travel in the hole. So I gotta increase my mobility, keep stretching. My hamstrings are sore from stretching them last night, like probably 10 minutes. So it definitely takes time, guys, but if you're tight, stretch, please, and it's gonna really benefit you in the future and keep you injury free. So butt blaster and calves were after, and that was it. And overall, I was really happy with the exercise selection. So thank you guys for watching. Okay, so this is a Sony 50mm, I believe it is 1.8 f-stop. This is just the type of lens I'll be considering going forward, and I'm just checking out the performance here. Spot focus on the bulb, really. Okay, I'll just film the box, how about that? There we go, guys, and this one is only $199, so let's take a look at how I look when I hold this at arm's length, just to get an idea of the distance. Should be the same as the other one. And let's take some... Can you hold it for me really quick and just get a shot of like my face? Not a picture, just record it. Yeah. Guys, so I'm not sure if you can see me well right now. You should be able to. But before you watch the next clip, I apologize for how it looked. The problem with my new camera body was that the lens couldn't set into it. The lens clicks on. So my lens really had no electronic connection to the camera, so it couldn't autofocus. The next 5 minutes, it's gonna look like crap, but it's kind of a little bit of a Q&A and Olympia stuff, and I don't like to reshoot anything because it won't be the same as the first time. It won't be as honest the first time around. So just listen if you guys care to listen. Hopefully it's all smooth sailing from here, guys. Peace. All right, guys, thank you for joining me for this. I'm gonna answer a few questions, and I had a good day, very productive day. Had an exam this morning, and then I worked out, and I've been working with this new equipment I have right here, so I'm excited to get used to using it, but there's a lot to learn, and that's just gonna take tons of time. So I'm dreading that a little bit, but it's, I don't know, just trying to improve and have more, I guess, options with what I wanna be filming and creating. So anyways, let's get right to the questions. Bro, can you talk about how you stay on track with your diet when doing a prep or dropping weight in general? I find myself going steady for a few weeks and then I binge eat. One, I would hire a coach if you're serious about your goals with nutrition, because it's very easy to follow. In my experience, it's very easy to follow what somebody else tells you to do. So anytime I've had, aside from the first time I ever cut in my entire life, but for all my competitions and this current bulk, I've had a coach. and I wouldn't do it any other way. Just because it takes the guesswork and it eliminates choice from your day. The biggest factor in our day, one of the biggest factors in any day that you have, will be choice, and the amount of choices you have to make, from what you're gonna wear, what time you're gonna wake up, what you're gonna do, if you're gonna go to school, if you're gonna go to work, what you're gonna do at work, what you're gonna do at school. You're faced with pretty much unlimited choices, and to think about what you're gonna eat, especially if you start going hungry, or especially if you know, who knows, there's so many things that come up, but eliminating that choice and following what someone tells you to eat makes it a lot easier. And the only way that's gonna work and how to stop binge eating is to plan cheats. So if you're bulking, plan a cheat, even though I don't like cheating when I'm bulking because I'm too full. And when you're cutting, have a cheat, so it's something to diet into. And I wouldn't be too flexible with it, just pick a day and cheat on that day. Or if your coach is trying to keep an eye on you and tell you when to cheat, that's fine too. But your diet should be structured to where you go, you know, 6 to 7 days with eating a certain way, and then you have a refeed or a cheat, and that's just gonna keep you on track and keep you more sane. So that's really the best way to do it. And I don't think that really promotes unhealthy eating habits, because it's not like you're starving or fasting and then binge eating. You're eating your meals consistently, but after going hungry and being depleted for so long, it's worth getting your food back in you, getting full, sleeping well, getting all the carbohydrates in you that you need, restoring everything you can restore in that, you know, short amount of time. It's going to benefit you. Can you weigh in on using the bench press for hypertrophy? I feel like it always ends up becoming more of a strength-based exercise when I'm doing it, or am I just letting my ego take over? Well, you kind of answer it yourself in the question if you really think about it. You say, I feel like it ends up being a strength-based exercise. Well, if you can pick an exercise that is strength-based and get stronger at it week by week for 10, 20, 30, 40 weeks, that's going to be the best thing for hypertrophy. So better than doing a bunch of chest flies and isolations would be to pick a strength-based exercise like the bench press, stick with it for 6 months, a year, 2, 3, 4 years, and when you get your 200-pound bench to a 280-pound bench, your chest is going to be bigger and stronger, your joints are going to be stronger, and you can add in isolation to increase hypertrophy if it's even possible, which I'm not sure if it would be. So a proper bench program, full range of motion and pausing on your chest, and full extension. So don't cut reps short, don't bounce, and don't do half reps like this. Full extension, all the way down. Can you talk about MK677? Have you taken it? How does it compare to GHRP2 and GHRP6, and compare those as well? GHRP6 makes you insanely hungry. So unless you want to feel like you're starving and you're about to pass out from low blood sugar, I wouldn't take it. Maybe in an extreme bulk, but the problem is if you're full from your bulk and you take a GHRP6 shot, you're gonna want to eat really badly, even if you're uncomfortably full. So it's like a really weird feeling. You'll be full, but you get that hypoglycemic kind of like hungover, like drunk feeling. But you're so full that like you're uncomfortable, and then you feel like drunk, and then you're hungry, and it sucks. If you're maintaining, it could be useful for the GH release, and you'll be starving. So if you have a big appetite, it may not be the best, but I choose GHRP2 because it's not as strong with that hunger. And if you want to avoid hunger altogether, use ipamorelin. MK677, it pretty much is the same type of thing. It's a little longer acting. I don't know. I'd rather take a peptide that's injectable than a pill, just because I feel like, I don't know, the people that sell MK677 seem sketchy. I found some good peptide websites. Alright guys, this is ending up being kind of long, so I'm going to end it with a random question, and then in the next one, I'll talk about, there's a couple questions about what your family thinks about it, more specific about peptides, and another one, but it's asking me what I think is going to happen at the Olympia. Hear your thoughts on the upcoming Olympia, and if you think anyone can compete with Phil since Dallas is taking the year off. I didn't know Dallas was taking the year off, and who can compete with Phil? Let me think, I'll get back to you guys. That's a hard question. Off the top of my head, without doing looking up anything, you know Big Ramy is going to be epic this year. William Bonac has been looking really good, but if guys that are on the bigger side dial in, he can't really stand against them. And by guys that are really big, I mean Rolly Winkler, Big Ramy. Other than that, I don't think Sean Roden's going to be a threat. I don't think Dexter's going to be a threat. I mean, he does it year after year, but I just don't see him being a viable threat to Phil. And people like Nathan Diasha, Justin Compton, Cedric McMillan, yeah, they're great, especially Cedric, but just something about Phil's physique His muscle bellies are just so full, round. They insert sharply, like all his back muscles, instead of kind of, you know, the tendon inserting kind of, you know, smoothly, they're just sharp insertions, and everything is just tight as hell, so it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't really see anyone but Big Ramy standing next to him, and obviously Sean and Dexter will be there, and Cedric. I think Cedric would be honestly top 3 or top 4, and Big Ramy will be top 3 or top 4. And then, I don't know, Dexter just seems so small compared to these huge freaks. So if Ramy comes in conditioned, I'm gonna say Phil will win, and then we're gonna see in the top 4, Big Ramy and Cedric. Hopefully, if Cedric brings it in big, but who knows? It could just be Phil, Sean, Dexter, and whatever. The same thing as last year and the year before and the year before and the year before. But that's it, guys. I'll answer some more questions soon. Let me know what you liked about the video, what you didn't like, and yeah, I'm out. Peace.